All right, it's time to talk audio in our studio and how things work. Let's get into it. All right. So first things first, let's talk about our mixing board. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a little cheat sheet here. I'm gonna write live in pink. And I'm gonna write mon for monitor in orange. That'll make sense in just a second. All right, so let's talk about how this works. So right here we have our mixing board. It's our audio board. It's going to pull in all the audio for all of the things for our broadcast, and it's going to send it to the production machine. This is great because this means that the production guy or girl or gal or whoever you are doesn't actually have to deal with audio. That job is going to be for our audio person, our A1. So we got a little cheat sheet here. We'll go down the line of what these things are and how they work. So we see here we have caster 1, caster 2, talkback. So talkback is the incoming audio from our producer from the, when they push the button in the MS704. This is a dead channel. Well, it's not dead, it's just blank. This is replay, so any audio coming from our replay. This would be our host microphone. This is an additional blank in case we need more audio. And this is the gameplay. Gameplay is all the way over here by itself. On purpose, with intention, so that we can quickly access it if we need to, and we don't fumble through any of the stuff over here. We'll get into the color coding in just a second. Okay, so up here we have our connections, and this is how the audio is being brought in, and we'll go through these and tell you what they are. So right now we have an XLR cable coming from our broadcast headset. So it's 3-pin XLR, and as you can see, it has a little splitter, and the little splitter comes over here. We have, with the same thing would be the case with our caster 2. This is the XLR from the MS704 so that we can get producer audio. This is just a 1/4-inch cable currently coming from the Focusrite, but I don't think it's actually necessary. This is a 3.5 millimeter into a 1/4-inch adapter. That's coming from the replay computer's headset output, so we can pull in the audio. Again, another XLR. If we were gonna have a microphone plugged in for our host, we would have it there. And then this is 1/4-inch cable coming from the Observer PC, which is going to bring us all over gameplay audio. Okay, so that's how the stuff comes in. Let's talk about where the audio then goes. So over here we have 2 output channels. One is called monitor and one is called FX, and that's a send for the effects. We're not going to use any effects, we're just using it to push audio. So in a typical band or live event setting, you have a monitor channel which allows you to send speaker audio to the band or whoever's on stage, independent from the main mix. We're using this as a way to send audio directly to the Focusrite. So as you can see, it's a little yellow tag here, and on the back of that is a little yellow tag. It's moving into the input on the back. The Focusrite is an audio interface which allows us to connect any analog audio digitally to our computer, which is great because that's what we're doing. So the audio from here all comes out of the monitor channel into the Focusrite. That means we can mix it and we can send it out there and have control over it. That's great. So the other thing that's being sent is the FX send. So the FX send is another channel, another audio output channel. And we're going to use that to send all the audio we want to our casters. As you can see, this is the 1/4-inch jack that goes to our casters. So you see these colors, purple/pink and orange, red if you will. And then you see them kind of over here too. So just remember that red is live and orange is for our casters. The monitor, it's mixed, but don't worry about the mix. It's different names over here, but this is how we have to do it. So that means if I want to change the audio for the live mix, I adjust it with the knob up here. So the knob up here is going to lower and raise the audio that's going out live. If my casters want a little bit different audio mix, we adjust that with here. And it's independent. So this channel means that channel 1's mix in the monitors, in their heads, is going to be here. If they want more gameplay, we would adjust it here. And that can give them more gameplay. All of these are down. They're zeroed. And our audio is still going to go through to the game. To the live stream, because this channel up here runs independently from the overall volume, which is kind of cool. That means that we can run these at 0. But however, if these are at 0, then the casters won't be able to hear anything. So it's still important to make sure that the volume on these is up, is at equal at this 0 instead of this decibel 0. Excuse me, this down here. It has to be up here if the casters are going to hear anything in the FX end, but it won't actually affect the live audio. And then here are just the masters for the 2 channels that we'll be using. They can always be keyed at 0. So that's actually how the audio works. It's actually pretty straightforward. You just need to make sure that if the casters want to hear something a little bit less or a little bit more, you can adjust it with the orange. And then if the audio for the live stream is too low or too high, you adjust it with the monitor mix here. So that means if we need to drop audio from gameplay or we need to pull it up, then we need to adjust it with the knob here. And we'll do it that way. I'm going to zero all these out or negative them all out. Okay, so then let's, in the next video, I'll go over some of the other edits that we've done in the room. Bye.